We are back.
Hello, ladies.
We are bigger than ever.
Case number 7!
And we are Don't Miss Television.
No deal.
Tonight,
We love you, Howie.
inside the making of the all-new Deal or No Deal on CNBC. Learn how the lucky few earn a spot on the stage where it all happens.
It's like a dream come true.
The contestants,
I got the moves, Howie. Holler at me.
thousands applied,
The audition was fun.
Great.
It was phenomenal.
but only a handful get a chance to battle the banker. You're going to Florida. You're coming on the show. The models.
This is a dream.
Just 26 spots for 26 incredible people.
22,000 girls auditioned for this job. I mean, this is such an honor.
This girl knows what she's doing. And last but hopefully not least, me. Ta-da! I'll even tell you how I originally got picked for the job of a lifetime. It's all coming up on Deal or No Deal, Casting Call. I believe that the success of our show is based on the contestants. We have contestants like no other show.
Worked on a pig farm.
I am a veteran.
When you look for a contestant, you want somebody that you want in your living room and you want to spend time with. You want to be able to see what this means to somebody because it's how you think.
They really want to buy a house. I'm going to buy my mom a car.
Really take away a lot of pressure and a lot of stress.
Maybe we could retire?
So you want them to not have emotions in check. I want to know how much this means to you. I want to like you. I want you to win. So these are wonderful, relatable people whose lives will definitely change from when they show up on the show to when they leave the show.
This is a rare opportunity where you don't have to do anything, you don't have to know anything to get rich. How great is that? I'm in charge of the casting process. Myself and my amazing team, we travel the country trying to find amazing people that can go on stage and battle the banker for $1 million.
I want to win some money, honey. I'll go all the way.
Tell me about yourself. We want to know about you. We genuinely do.
I'm a landscaper.
I'm a bartender.
I'm a former firefighter turned kindergarten teacher.
Each and every contestant that I've ever found for this show has had to have this, it's rootability. You want to look at them and say, God, I want them to win that money. I want them to take the banker's money.
I have 2 kids in college.
I want to make a difference in my family's life.
I got student loans.
For us on Deal or No Deal, a great contestant is someone who is charming, I think who has an interesting story to tell, whether they realize it or not.
I'm going to be the first Haitian to ever make it to the $1 million mark.
So we're looking for people who have, who can really benefit from winning.
I am a teacher. This opportunity will change my life.
People who can really have a great time playing.
What we try to do in our process is not only find people that we think are engaging and have interesting things going on in their lives, but also, you know, are willing to take risks.
I hate to lose.
I am a risk taker. And I could give Howie a run for his money.
Because at the end of the day, that's what this game needs. You know, Jeopardy, maybe you need to know about 14th century painters. On Deal or No Deal, you need to be able to take risks.
We are here in Orlando for an open casting call. This is one of 3 cities in the whole country we're going to find people. A typical game show casting process lasts about 6 to 8 weeks. Deal or No Deal is a bigger show. This takes months and months to put together.
So to get on Deal or No Deal, you basically have 2 options. So you can submit yourself online and fill out an online application or attend an open casting call, which we held those in Florida.
And we got an enormous response. I mean, thousands upon thousands of people wanted to be on the show.
We were able to see more possible contestants for this new version than we were ever able to see from 2005 to 2009. Thank you, Skype. Thank you, online. Thank you, digital.
Everyone who applied, they got a phone call. We call everyone. It's been a policy of this show for years. Everyone who comes, everyone who applies gets an interview.
The casting process is amazing. Mine, not so much.
I think the main thing that made Deal or No Deal successful originally is Howie.
You're the bomb.
I am. In November of 2005, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I was at a very low point in my career. And I get a call from my manager and said, Howie, NBC is interested in you hosting a game show. And I said, goodbye. Within an hour, my manager, very good friend, calls me back and said, Howie, they have to have you and they want an opportunity to just show you the game.
We said, look, we really want to meet Howie for this. We've got to pitch the show to him in person.
I finally say, all right, here's the deal. I am at Jerry's Deli in the Valley. I am having soup. If this person who needs me, wants me, and says only person but me can be part of it, he has to come to Jerry's, share my soup, and show me what he's talking about.
And I jumped in my car and I drove out to the Valley to have like a pastrami sandwich with Howie, which I thought was pretty cool anyway. You know, I gave him the bump. I didn't try and shake his hand. I was like,
this young man by the name of Rob Smith shows up with a card, a project card that he cut out.
It was made of a poster board with all the things on it. We had little mini suitcases that we put on it to demonstrate the game.
So this, see this thing right here? This is the card that started it all. Look how he cut it out. That's not even, can you get scissors that dull?
I don't know about the ripped edges. Look, I can't imagine I brought a board with ripped edges to this meeting.
And this is where he moved my soup, and he had these little cutouts. This was these were his cases.
It was a poster board. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like a child made it.
This guy shows up, moves my soup, and puts this card down, and has me pick pieces of paper as if they were gonna be cases, and he plays the game with me, which isn't really a game. It's just risk versus reward. And he goes, we can't do it without you. This is on a Friday. And I go home, and my wife says, what happened? And I said, I think I'm being pranked. And she said, what are you gonna do? And I said, I'm gonna say, no deal. And she said, why? I said, because it's gonna put a nail in the coffin of my career. And she said, where were you an hour ago? And I said, I was having soup alone in a deli. She goes, you realize that is your career right now. So just say yes, just say yes. So I said, deal. And they said, oh, thank God, we couldn't do it without you. And I said, when does it tape? And this is a Friday. They said, we tape on Monday.
Was it 2 days? No, it wasn't 2 days. No, it wasn't 2 days. It had to be more than 2 days, but it was pretty close.
I said, well, don't you have to build a set? They said, oh, we built the set. I said, well, don't you have to hire models? They said, we have all the models. So they told me they couldn't do it without me. How far down the rung was I?
He is not wrong that he was lower on the list, but it wasn't because we didn't think he could do it. We didn't even think about Howie Mandel for it. It wasn't until he showed up, I think, on a later list, and we said, oh, he could be pretty interesting.
How many people have said no before they finally got to me, that 2 days before taping, they locked in their host? This is the set of the new show, Deal or No Deal. You can see the board, very exciting. I say, I don't even know how to handle this. I'm a comedian. And I started watching game shows from the past. I started watching like Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life. Like, how am I gonna be funny? And welcome to Deal or No Deal. And after taping that show, I was never more depressed in my life. If you press that button, you get $53,000. And I said to my wife, I did nothing. You know, I just worried about people and I just empathized and I just wanted people to win. I just wanted people to change their life. That's all I wanted. So not only am I a game show host, but I'm a game show host who has done nothing. And I said, I gotta get on a plane. And we got on a plane and we flew out to the Caribbean because I didn't want to be here for the national humiliation I was sure I was gonna have. The next morning I get a call from Rob Smith, the guy who met me in the deli. And he goes, you're not gonna believe it. These are record-breaking numbers.
Oh, this is good. This is good. This is really good.
I go, what are you talking? He goes, people love it.
And the numbers were really strong, like no one expected.
The next day he calls, he goes, the ratings went up. Third day up, fourth day up. I fly back from the Caribbean. I land in Miami. The second I exit the plane, I don't think a minute goes by, maybe 30 seconds. The first person that makes eye contact with me goes, deal or no deal? The next person within a minute, deal or no deal? I couldn't pass a person without them saying, deal or no deal? I've never in my life had a catchphrase. All of a sudden, this became my catchphrase, and it became a phenomenon.
It was a perfect situation for him, because he both brought a real sense of humanity to it, and curiosity and comedy.
Howie Mandel is the greatest game show host in television history to me.
Nothing has changed me more. When CNBC came to me and said, we're thinking of redoing it, I'm telling you, I've never had an adrenaline rush like that. If I could do one show.
Deal or No Deal is going to be a big deal again, with the same heart-pounding formula, the briefcases, and the gorgeous host.
This is the one show that I would do. That's the deal.
Welcome back to the $1 Million Mystery.
Next, come on down to our casting call and show us why you should be on the show.
And I want to be on TV.
Do they have what it takes to be on Deal or No Deal?
And later,
I didn't think I was going to be tall enough, but these 6-inch heels, they got me there.
meet my 26 dazzling new co-stars. Howie Mandel here, and I've got some exciting news. You could be a contestant. You have what it takes? Come on down to our casting call and show us why you should be on the show.
I saw it on Facebook. It popped up like any other advertisement.
I had a lot of people tagging me like, hey, you should do this, you should do this.
Everybody wants to be a contestant on Deal or No Deal. What does it take? It's really simple. Apply online, or you can go to an open casting call.
The open casting calls for Deal or No Deal are the best part of my job, because you'll go to an open casting call and everyone's coming and they're wearing shirts and they've got signs and they make you cupcakes and crazy stuff happens at these open calls.
We basically run tables of 5 to 10 contestants at a time and give them a chance to really sell themselves and tell us their story.
You're going in and you're turning on your charm and your personality.
The most fun part of the casting process was honestly just watching the other people in line. Because I was like, oh, there's some real characters here.
I was feeling pretty good. I had my best friend by my side. We came in here thinking that this was a briefcase model casting. And we're like, yeah, we're gonna get really pretty and we're gonna be one of the briefcase girls. And when we walked in and we realized, no, this is for the game to be a contestant, I was like, I still wanna do it.
When you're doing an open call for Deal or No Deal, you know you're gonna see thousands. And for our show, we wanna give everyone an opportunity. And in order to do that, we can only give each person 1 minute to talk.
I'm 23, I just graduated as a nurse.
And I want to be on TV so I can do my...
Anything I touch breaks.
I spend a lot of time with my younger son. He's very expensive to feed.
I'm the Guinness World Record holder for tallest teenager in 2016.
I almost got thrown into a Senegalese prison.
I do the best Velociraptor impression from Jurassic Park.
You don't know what to say, so you just start blabbing.
And in that 1 minute, that casting director's job is to make the assessment. Do they have what it takes to be on Deal or No Deal in just that 1 minute? And then they get a call back.
I want you to discreetly walk over to the curtain.
Go to that door over there for me.
Just go in there with your applications.
And they will help you from there, okay?
Casting contestants is a tough job. Casting the models is important too. These ladies are a huge part of the show, but it seems like a pretty easy job to get to, filter through these amazing, beautiful, smart women and get to pick the 26. They're gonna be up there in open cases. I don't get that job. I get a different job.
I think it would be so fun to be on Deal or No Deal. I used to watch with my mom and my brother all the time.
Being on the show means so much to me.
We all look different, we all talk different, we're from different places.
The models themselves, they're there because ultimately, even though I'm driving you through this roller coaster, they hold the power. They're delivering the news.
We're trying to find people that we think are engaging. And it sounds cheesy and corny, but I believe there's something called star quality, star power.
Miami is super tropical and more, you know, like, woohoo.
You just look at someone and you're like, I like that person.
We really want to show their personality. So first and foremost, they have to have a presence about them. Forget the look. We want people that come on and spark and shine.
Today I had my callback for Deal or No Deal, and it was exciting and nerve-wracking.
They're not just a number. They're a name. There's a person behind that case.
Number 9.
Patricia.
I would love to be back with the Deal or No Deal family. I can hear all the girls, the excitement back. This is nothing compared to what it is on set. To hear all these women in the background talking and the excitement.
We want the models' personalities to come out as much as possible.
They have to be able to kind of convey their feelings to the contestant.
Hi, I'm Navette Garcia. And Ashley Hillary, Lainey Baker.
The models sometimes open up the big cases. You're given bad news. Have you thought about how you'd feel about that?
Making them feel better about it and maybe make your face like.
I mean, sometimes they're the dream crushers, unfortunately.
Having people that are relatable and not only charming and have that star quality, but also can connect, you know, can really add that human element to the game, I think is important for us.
To be on Deal or No Deal is like one of those things when I can look back in my life and be like, how was me? I did that.
I love talking about my life and things that have happened that I don't normally get to share at these kinds of things.
Today is our day one of callback castings, and we're in beautiful South Beach, Miami, Florida. All these models have already done 2 phases of casting, and it's been narrowed down from a total of 22,000 models to about 80.
I am a full-time model, and I am also a full-time single mom.
I'm always looking at models who can carry on a conversation.
I love film. I want to be a filmmaker. That's my ultimate dream.
What kind of film would you make?
Right now, documentary.
I grew up on 20 acres, hunting, fishing, all the kind of things that you would expect a girl from Oklahoma to do.
Love inspiring young girls because I think girls need someone to look up to.
You know, I fell into TV and I actually was a host for Fox Sports for 5 years. So that was a really big change from med school.
I had no idea that they would bring anybody back, so I was super flattered. It's like full circle. Literally Deal wrapped, season 4 wrapped. I found out like probably 2 weeks later that I was pregnant, and my children would get to see it. So that would be kind of cool. Mommy was, you know, on TV. They might think I'm cool, earn some points.
So I've actually been watching Deal or No Deal, but the British version. One of my passions, I guess, is like encouraging women to participate in sport.
I think the excitement of wanting to really be back at Deal or No Deal, I really do want to go back. I think it'd be great to be back on the show.
Oh, it would mean so much to me. I used to watch this show all the time with my parents growing up, and it would be so surreal.
This whole morning, I've been like Eminem and 8 Mile. Like, this is my moment. I'm gonna lose myself. You know what I'm saying? So I can look back and be like, I had the chance to do that. I killed it, and I did it.
Coming up, find out which models made the final cut.
We have a really interesting, fun group of girls.
And later,
I really want this family on the show.
cast or not cast? Which contestants are going to be lucky enough to meet me in Orlando? Ladies, please.
The moment that I found out that I got the Deal or No Deal job was epic.
I kind of freaked out, but I didn't want to get too excited because I was like, are you sure? Are you sure?
I think I was in tears, actually, now that I think about it. I was actually on a spiritual journey in Peru, so it was quite a juxtaposition. Because I was supposed to be in a Zen, full type of moment, and I wasn't. I was bouncing off the walls. True story.
I really think we have a really interesting, fun group of girls. So I'm excited about them and people to get to know them. I'm really excited to have Patricia back.
Oh my gosh, Deal or No Deal being on the original changed my life in so many ways. It opened other doors. So I got to work on Extra, I got to work on Fox Movie Channel, I got to work on other shows.
Lovely Megan, number 6.
Lovely Megan.
Megan, who's number 6, Megan is Hawaii. If she could be surfing every single day, that's what she'd be doing.
It's so fun to be reunited with some of the original Deal or No Deal cast and crew. It's just like, it's always been one big family.
And Amanza, who's also coming back, she's now a mother of 2.
I'm also an interior designer. I volunteer at my kids' school. I'm very much the motherly role when I'm not all glammed up.
She's hysterical. I was watching her on Instagram the other day, and she was just doing lunges because she wanted to build up her butt. That's classic Amanza. But I'm also super excited about a lot of the new girls. I'm excited about Malika.
Hi, my name is Malika Miller, and I'm from Montclair, New Jersey. I absolutely love Montclair. I love my hometown. I rep it hard.
You know, I think we have a couple girls who I think are going to be really helpful when it comes to just the walk and the timing of everything. They have great dance backgrounds.
I've been a professional dancer my entire life. I had an injury, and so I kind of did a little shift in my life, and now I'm transitioning more into acting and modeling. The reason I actually had gotten injured was because I was dunking off a trampoline at the Clippers game.
23!
That's Aunt Julia.
She's studying for a PhD, which, you know, good for her. I haven't done that.
It's in cultural studies, and the topic is NATO and intercultural competence. You know what? Deal or No Deal was also in Germany, and when I was a kid, I used to watch it. It's pretty amazing when you're a foreigner and you come here and then you get the chance to be on such an incredible show. Come on, it's amazing.
You know, we have a mom who has 3 kids, and she's also a mom blogger.
I'm a mom. I'm not like 19 and a size 2, and I'm really grateful that I get the opportunity to rep for all those mamas out there. You're still amazing, and you can still do great things.
I think Mahogany is going to be a really fun person on the show.
I came from a musical family. My brother and my uncle are in the group LMFAO. My grandpa started Motown Records. His name is Barry Gordy, and I'm Mahogany Locks trying to make a name as well. I'm trying to do it.
The case numbers are not a random choice. It's based on personality. So number 13, there's a reason why Mahogany Locks is number 13.
I want someone to win $1 million with my case, lucky number 13.
There's a reason why Soraya is number 1.
There are numbers that are iconic numbers to people. 13 means a lot to people. And there's something simple about 1. I think 1 has to have all the confidence. That's probably a little crazy to think that way, but I do think that way.
The emotions that we feel during the show are like none I've ever experienced. I've actually cried. My heart's been in my throat and my toes and my stomach. I felt sick, I feel happy. It's a lot going on.
Every single one of them is gorgeous. It's a variety, because you definitely want a mix of personalities and types up there. And obviously just making sure that you mix it up so it has a nice range.
I didn't think I was gonna be tall enough, but these 6-inch heels, they got me there.
I spent, weeks kind of designing a look for them, makeup and hair. So I'd like to create an iconic look that will follow them throughout the entire season.
We come in looking like zombies, and we walk out on stage looking like supermodels.
I don't want them to see blue eyeshadow and red lipstick. I just want them to see, wow, beautiful women. Strong, beautiful, classic beauty.
This did not just happen on its own. I did not wake up like this.
The outfits are just unbelievable, and they're all very different. I love that every episode is different and every look is different.
You know, it's like they put on the dress, they become the girl. They look at the things on the rack and, they see them and they're like, oh, those are pretty. They put them on and they come alive. They're like, ah!
They fit things exactly to your body, which is really nice, especially if you're a little curvy.
I'm really enjoying like the sexy but professional looks up there.
Every single outfit, I've noticed it kind of has like a story to go with the contestant. Am I allowed to say that?
This is probably one of my favorite ones. It looks great on everyone.
Literally every day when we're back there, before we do our big walk up and our big entrance, I stand, I take a minute, I look up at the lights in awe. I say, thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me be here, because this is a dream.
The response to Deal or No Deal's casting call for participants and players was overwhelming. Our response was bigger than any #1 game show right now that is looking for contestants. How do you find people that, #1, you want to spend an hour with in your living room, and #2, you want to connect with. And that is the art of Deal or No Deal, finding those people to play the game. Neil and the casting team are the best, and Neil should win an award, beyond an Emmy for that. Is there a casting Emmy?
The technology in casting has changed. 10 years ago when we were doing the original Deal or No Deal, there was no Skype. You actually had to go out and look for folks. Now, 10 years later, we can do it all via Skype. When you meet people in an open casting call, you don't get to see where they live. Now I get to see your house. Now I get to see your laundry behind you and your ugly cat. I don't mind, I like it. I get to really explore our contestants deeper than ever before.
This is the casting office for Deal or No Deal. So it's where, pretty much where the action happens.
Here's the thing, we're in our 10th week of casting and the bar is really high.
Carl! Hey. Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Tell me a little bit about your life and being a foster kid and a little bit about that.
We went to the system. I was there until I was actually 16 years old. Through the grace of God, when I turned 16, my uncle came and got me out of the system. I moved in with him. After all of that, I graduated, came here to San Diego State. I moved forward, and now I'm doing really well, and I love life, and I hope you guys do too.
I think he's great. He has a natural energy about him. His story is what really, it tugs at your heartstrings a little bit.
Something interesting about me is I'm 6'1", 210. I actually own a 5-pound Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and here he is. It's so cute.
I tend to often have rooting interest in the people I interview. Carl, who I just interviewed, I loved his little dog story, and I'm rooting for him based on his background. Does it mean he would be the best contestant? Not necessarily. Am I gonna move him forward simply because I like him? Yes. So we have you set up again for gameplay. Tomorrow I'm going to meet with him and his supporters, and we're gonna go through the picking the cases and seeing how he actually does playing Deal or No Deal.
Melissa, how are you?
I'm great, how are you? I was born in Melbourne, Australia, but I'm now living in the US, and I'm a stay-at-home mom. We always spoke about having children, and then when the time finally came and we were both ready, we kind of had a little bit of a setback because it just wasn't happening. We went through IVF, and it worked first time. It was, it was just the most amazing feeling in the whole wide world. I want to try and make a difference for my family.
Why did you tear up at the beginning of that?
Because life has been very insecure. We've had a few moments where I've been shaking out their piggy bank to find some loose change to go and buy milk so that my 3-year-old can have a milk bottle to go to sleep at night. But my husband doesn't want to give up, and I don't want to give up.
A lot of women and families have gone through this IVF. Many people will relate to that and understand, because that process is not only lengthy, but it's also expensive. She is an amazing mother. Her thing was that she would empty out her baby's piggy bank just to give her milk at the end of the day. It was heart-wrenching. She almost had me cry. Listen, you are so phenomenal. When are we playing this game? Are we playing the game tomorrow?
Are you kidding?
Let's play this game tomorrow.
Yes.
She shows me that she's really in need of this money, and I really want to make sure she gets it.
Coming up, see how the contestants do playing a mock version of Deal or No Deal.
It felt like we were on the game.
There's no switch for this. Either you're a person who gets crazy and excited and bubbly for this, or you're not.
When someone applies for the show and comes to an open casting call, it's not an overnight thing where they make it on the show. Basically, the next step would be to do a callback interview.
We contact you and interview you and see how well you play the game.
I got the call from the assistant producer to come back for a callback audition.
When we are casting, we play a mock game with the contestants.
We have them play with supporters, so friends and family that they would bring on the show with them as well.
It forced me to go out and get a group of people immediately. And it really forced me to reconnect with a bunch of people that I have not spoken to in a while.
And the mock version of the game really gives us a good sense of how they will react on the show.
It was so much fun. I felt like the adrenaline coming in. I actually did get really nervous when I took the deal.
The right kind of contestant is the person who takes that game serious.
Oh my gosh.
Who at the dramatic moments when they lose, you can tell it hurts. And when they open up a penny and they're going nuts, if they could be genuine about that, that tells us a lot about what they're gonna be like when there's real stakes, when there's real money on the line, how much that's gonna affect them.
I feel like I won. I mean, this experience at this point right now, if you're asking me right now, without even having been on the show, I feel like I won.
Becoming a contestant on Deal or No Deal is hard. It isn't easy. You have to go through a lot of hoops. You get interviewed a bunch of times. So making it there is a journey, and we get to, in casting, we get to take that journey with them, and we get to do all the interviews and meet them, and we're always asking them for stuff, and you start to care about these people in a big way.
I am a wife and a mother of 2 beautiful girls. One's 5 years old, the other one just turned 6 months.
Kiera, she has some energy. She is feisty.
I'm somebody that is energetic. I love to bowl. I love to spend time with my family. And I just enjoy being competitive and playing to win.
She just naturally is an amazing storyteller and just brings you in. She just has positive energy, so smiley. And so immediately we loved her.
When I got married, I was 26 years old. So I'm gonna go with number 26.
In my game, I won the $1 million. So I'm just saying, there's a strong possibility that that could happen if I get chosen for the real game.
So we definitely take into account what people say they want to do with their winnings. We want someone that wants to do great things with their money.
I mean, I would really love to give back to my parents because they always made sure that my brother and I were taken care of, and anything that we wanted or needed, they would help us.
The thing about the show is, and I think this is life, you know, every decision, everything we do is based on emotion. So we would love to heighten that emotion. These are important decisions that are life-changing, but what is life? Life is who you are, who you're related to, who your family is.
My name is George Stathoulis. I am 33 years old. I live with my parents and in-laws back and forth.
George submitted an application, and in the video that he sent us, they're breaking plates and the family's going nuts, and it's like this crazy party.
You don't want produced passion. When it's real, and that goes for George, and it goes for anybody who is just, you feel it.
We're here at my parents' restaurant. They started this in 1981. It's called Frisco's Car Hop Diner. We've been working really hard. It's a lot of work having a family business because it's from the morning to night. My wife is one of 6 kids. My mom's one of 7 kids. So it's so hard these days to start a family. It's so expensive. We just got married.
George, I think, is amazing. A lot of times with young men, it's harder for them to show emotion and be passionate, and for the show, sometimes that's a struggle.
In order for us to get our future started, we need the money. We need some support. We have a lot of family support. We have a lot of babysitters, because we do want 7 kids.
When we're producing the show and evaluating contestants, we spend a lot of hours interviewing, trying to dissect somebody's life story, because at the end of the day, the heart of this game is the heart of drama. Contestant's gonna start at point A and end at point B. We hope they're gonna win, we fear they're gonna lose, and that's why we're watching.
My name is Margot Jordan. It's been a really crazy process, I have to say. Like, every time I think, I had applied for it, and, I was like, oh, shot in the dark, there's no way, And then fast forward, 3 weeks later, I get an email, hi Margot! And then I get a call, Margot, it's Rocco, Deal or No Deal. I'm like, oh my gosh!
Margot is so bubbly and cute and likable. I loved that she was able to get silly in the casting interview, and she's someone that doesn't overthink stuff.
And so this, I actually applied for a day after I was hit with I got let go from my job.
We just rooted for Margot. She's not intimidating, she's not rude, she doesn't know that she's beautiful or anything like that. She just wants to be a nice person, and she is.
So my parents, for example, have been so supportive of my life and my career and my every passion that I've ever had. And then there's my grandma, and she's still working. She's like 85 years old. There's like so many people in my life that I just want to help them.
Everyone has a story to tell, but some people are a little more deserving than others for the opportunity, and that's what we look for.
When we return, a sneak peek at some of the lucky contestants getting to play Deal or No Deal. You're going to be on It's a Deal, and later.
When you get on that stage, for whatever reason, Howie will tell you, it's like you see the player, their eyes just kind of go, oh my God, what is happening?
Today, it seems to be the final Skype call. I've been through a couple Skype calls. Right now, I am waiting to get on Skype with Gina, who is the producer. And she didn't really tell me much. I just know that it's another interview. And so I'm prepared, I'm ready. I'm just gonna be myself and hope for the best.
I am waiting to get a phone call from Deal or No Deal. And I'm hoping to find out that I'm gonna get on the show or not. So this is really exciting. It's like a dream came true.
I got another call saying the executive producers, they would like to Skype. So I'm actually going to be having that Skype today with the executive producers. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that goes well and I'll get on the show.
So if the casting people fall in love with you, then they gotta pitch it to the network. They have to make the decision. If they say yes, you're on the show. And here's the good part, you might even get a call from me to surprise you with the news that you're gonna be on the show. Like this.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Is this on?
I see a fish.
I'm calling from the show. Should you get a chance to meet the host and play the game, how do you feel about that?
How I feel about Mr. Howie?
Yeah.
How I would be speechless.
Guess what? You're coming on the show.
No!
You're gonna get to play.
No!
You're gonna get to play with me.
I wanna play with you!
Yes! You're gonna go for $1 million. So come up with a strategy. Come up with family members that you want to help you. This is so exciting. Oh my God. I have tears too. I didn't think you would be this excited.
Oh. Okay, we're getting a call.
Hello.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Hi.
We wanted to call because we absolutely adore you. I love you.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
We have some bad news.
Oh no.
I know.
What?
You are gonna be on a really long flight to Orlando. To be
Go to Orlando! Oh my gosh, that's not bad news. Really?
Well, we can't wait to meet you in person in Orlando.
I
We're so
know.
excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm like shaking. All right, bye. That's unreal. Go to Orlando.
Hello, is that Kiara?
Yes, this is I. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm calling from the production offices. So we're looking for people who we would love to have on the show, but talk about the host a little bit.
Well, Howie. You know, I know Howie from the cartoon Bobby's World. Yes,
Not
Howie
familiar
was
with
the
that.
dad.
Not familiar with that.
You're not familiar with? Everybody knows Bobby's World. When I saw Howie on Deal or No Deal, I'm like, me and Howie, we could connect.
So you feel that if you were on Deal or No Deal, you would connect with Howie Mandel?
Absolutely. We'd be buds, you know?
Good. You connected. You're going to be on It's a Deal. You're going to Florida. You're going to play for $1 million.
She's someone, if she has the chance to get $1 million, I think she's a risk taker. I think she's gonna take some risks.
I can't wait to meet you in person, just be in the same room as you, and watch you walk out of that room with $1 million. Boom, boom.
Yes.
Right back at you.
Hey, Dad, what are you doing?
I think when she gets a big amount of money, Margot could be in danger of hitting that button early, because she's gonna be under a lot of pressure up there. You're gonna see the stress on her face.
We're going to Orlando.
We're very excited about the group that we've got coming up. As producers, we fall in love with these folks.
Cheers. To the babies, 7 babies. The Deal or No Deal.
You find me another host that's gonna go in his free time and Skype and tell somebody you're gonna be a contestant on Deal or No Deal. You find me another host that'll do that. Only Howie would do that. He loves this show.
Coming up, a day in the life at Deal or No Deal. It's showtime. We shot Deal or No Deal at Universal Orlando, which is an amusement park. And what I realized is the best ride was at the taping.
Being on Deal or No Deal is a long day on set. They get picked up the crack of dawn. They come in hair, makeup, wardrobe.
Deal or No Deal is a big production.
This place is rocking and rolling like you've never seen. It's like Grand Central Station.
Then they sit down with their producers, they get briefed. We talk about their story and making sure the audience gets to share that with them.
You're taking somebody and putting them in this extraordinary situation.
Thank you!
Then we sit down, we give them rules.
I never ever thought I would make it here today. It's like a dream come true.
And there's tight security on the show. People can't even leave their dressing room without an escort because those cases are a real deal. There's huge amounts of money on the line. Everything is secure, everything is tight.
We get our cases like 5 minutes before we go on because they have to make sure that the cases are secure.
They come down to set, they get to do a walkthrough, they get to see what the stage is like because we want them to be ready. And then probably 6-7 hours later, it's go time and play the game.
When you get on that stage, for whatever reason, Howie will tell you, it's like you see the player, their eyes just kind of go, oh my God, what is happening?
These contestants are regular people. They're moms, they're police officers, they're teachers. They're not trying to be famous actors. So when you get on stage, it's a lot. There's lights, there's a 400-person audience, there's Howie Mandel, there's 26 models, there's all this money, there's a banker. It's a crazy event.
They're sweating, they're crying, they're jumping up and down.
No deal! The emotional roller coaster that you're about to witness is amazing. You will laugh, you will cry, you will gush, you will scream, you will yell. Just try to stay conscious throughout an entire episode. It's tough.
What I think we've been successful at finding is people that don't get lost in the lights. They know they're there to make money and have one of the greatest experiences they'll ever have and anybody could ever have in their life.
I felt the love and cheer and all of it. It was amazing.
It's so hard for me to be quiet on the set in those moments while people are making the biggest decision of their lives. Deal or no deal? There is no words to describe what Deal or No Deal is.